Okay, now I will use an example to show you how to use the semantic tag in your HTML file. Okay, so let's take a look about this example. I will give you the source of this example, and you can take a look about the code. You don't need to type the code by yourself. Okay, so basically the HTML we have two major parts of the HTML code. The first part is the head, so we can see a head here. Okay, the head we write the information of this web page in the head part. So in this example, there are two major information. The first one is the title. Well, I said title here, and the second one is the encoding method. I use the UTF-8 for the the character set. I set the character set to UTF-8. This is because if you want to put some special characters, such like the Chinese character or the language in your country, maybe you need to use the UTF-8 as the character set to make sure it can be displayed correctly when you upload the HTML to the web server. Okay, so if you use only English, if you use English, maybe you don't need to use the character set. But if you have some special character, you must use the character set to make sure it can be displayed normally. And this line is the remark part. I use this symbol is to make. I remove the. This is the original code here. I will link to some CSS rule to make the layout looks different. Okay, but I want to hide this code first. I don't want to use this code. I just want to show you the result without any CSS rule. So I can just delete. I can delete this code, and or I can make it as a remark. It's just like a remark and without any effect. Okay, so I can use this symbol. This four character is the start of the remark. This four symbol here. This four special symbol means this is the start of a remark, and the end of the remark is this three symbol. Okay, so we use the start and the end of the remark to tell the browser to ignore this code, to ignore the code between these two, the start and the end of the remark symbol. Okay, so I just want to ignore the CSS rule because I want to show you the original result without the CSS rule. But I will apply the CSS rule to this result to see where is the semantic tag. Because if I apply the CSS rule to the semantic tag, it will have some special layout. So you can figure out, oh, here is the header, here is the footer. Okay, so I just want to apply the CSS rule because in the next session we will talk about the CSS rule. So I will show you some result of CSS rule before we start to talk about CSS rule. Okay, so this is just used to apply the rules, but currently I don't want to show you the result with rules, with CSS rules. So I just tell the browser to ignore this code. Okay, so in the body part, I put the first semantic tag here, the header. Header is the semantic tag. Oh, in most cases, the header will located in the bottom, at the bottom of the web page. Okay, so in the body part, the first one is header because it always located in the top of the web page. Okay, in this header, we put three elements in this header. Okay, so the first one is one image here. I put an image and I tell the browser where to find the image. Okay, the second one is a heading, H1 heading. H1 heading. So you will see a picture here, you will see a heading here. And then I use NAV. NAV is another semantic tag which tell the browser I would like to put a navigation bar in this location. Okay, so NAV is a semantic tag to describe the navigation bar. So in the NAV tag, I put a 6 hyperlink. I put 6 hyperlink link to some other pages. But currently, I don't write the file name here because it is just an empty link. I would like to link to some other files in my website. Okay, but I just initially I just use the empty link here, just to show the result. Okay, so there are 6 hyperlinks, or 6 hyperlink in 2, 3, 4, 6 hyperlink in the navigation bar. Okay, so this is the header. In the header, we have three elements. The first one is an image. The second one is a H1 tagging. The third one is a navigation bar. In the NAV tag is another semantic tag. In NAV tag, I put 6 hyperlinks to form the navigation bar in NAV tag. Okay, so we have to create the navigation bar by ourselves. Okay, so I use the 6 hyperlink here to show to form the navigation bar. Okay, so this is the first part of this web page. Okay, so let me show you the result. It is the result. So you can see an image here. This is the first one, and the H1 heading here, and the 6 hyperlinks here. Okay, so it will sequentially display on the screen. And since we don't apply any CSS rule, so this is the original format of this web element. Okay, so this is the original size of the image, and the H1 heading and the hyperlink. Okay, let's move to the next part. Okay, so in the next part, I'll put an aside here. Aside means an area in the right hand side or in the left hand side of the web page. Okay, so aside always located in the right hand side or left hand side of the web page, not the main content. This is located in the side of the web page. Okay, so mostly we put the secondary navigation bar or some other information, not the real content, related information. Okay, we may put some secondary hyperlinks, some advertisement, or some related information, not the major information in your website, but related to this page. You can put in this information to the aside area. Okay, so when you visit some website, you will see something in the right hand side or left hand side. Okay, so it's depend on the importance of the information. If the information located in the aside is important, it will located in the left hand side. But if the information is not that important, the secondary maybe the secondary navigation bar or the related information or even the advertisement, they will display on the right hand side of the screen, because the user always focus on the left hand side, from the top to down, from the left to right. Okay, so the important information were located in the left hand side and in the top of the web page. The less important information were located in the right hand side. Okay, because the user will focus on the left hand side first. Okay, so this is the not a rule, but we always think about this. If the information is more important, we will put in the left hand side. If the information is less important or it's just an advertisement, we can put it right hand side. Okay, so this is the aside, the usage of aside. Okay, so in this example, I put two hyperlink in this aside area, and the hyperlink will effect on a figure. So the figure will form a hyperlink. As I show you in the previous section, the hyperlink can be applied to different target. It can be applied to a text. It can be applied to an image. It can be applied to a paragraph. Okay, so you can apply the hyperlink to different web element. In this case, I apply the hyperlink to a figure. We show you the figure. Figure is one of the semantic tag. Okay, so figure means I want to put a picture here. So I apply the hyperlink to a picture. So in the figure, we need to tell the browser I want to show an image here. So I use an img tag here and show one picture in the figure. And this picture will followed by a figure caption. So I also use the figure caption tag to show the caption of this figure. X block is the caption of this figure. Okay, so this is the first one I want to connect. This is a hyperlink. I use a figure to show the hyperlink, and this hyperlink is connected to my blog. Okay, I use this method I put this picture, I put this figure in the assigned area. And the next one is another picture to another site. I have two blogs, so I use different pictures to connect to my two different blogs. Okay, so let's see. This is the figure, the picture of the figure, and when you move to the figure, you will see a hand, right? So which means this is a hyperlink. This is the first hyperlink. This is the second hyperlink. I use another image and another caption here. So this is the aside, but you don't, as I told you, the semantic tag, you will not see the semantic tag in your web page. It is invisible. So you will not see a side. You just see a img, right? You don't see the figure. You see this picture because the img tag. Okay? Not because of the figure. Because I put a img tag in my HTML file. So you will see an image here. Because I put a figure caption tag, so you can see the caption here. But you don't see the figure, right? You cannot find figure in this web page. You cannot find header in this web page. You cannot find nav tag, nav. Where is nav? Where is the nav? You cannot find nav because nav is located in this area. But you can see this element because I put 7 hyperlinks here. But you don't see the nav. You don't see the header because it is invisible. Basically, it is invisible before we specify some special rule. Originally, it is invisible. Okay, so you don't see the header, you don't see the nav. What you see is the basic element, img, h1, hyperlinks. This is the image, img. This is the figure caption, image, img, figure caption. Okay, so as I explain the source code, you will see image and followed by a h1 tag and the 5 and the 6 hyperlinks, and then one image, figure caption, another image, figure caption. So this is the visible element, but the semantic element you cannot see the semantic tag because semantic tag just define an area. You need to put the visible element in this area, and the visible element can be displayed on the screen. So you can see a picture here. You will see a picture here. You will see a caption here. So this picture and the caption form the figure. But figure is an area. In this area, I put the picture image here. In this area, I put the caption here. So you will see the image and you will see the picture. Okay, so this is the second part of this HTML file. The first one is the header. The second one is aside. Okay. Now we will see the third one. The third one is main, the main content of this HTML file. Okay, in the main content, I put a hyperlink. And then I put an article. I put an article here. You don't need to read the content here. I just copy something from our university website. So you don't need to read. You don't need to actually read the text here. I just put some text as an example. Okay, so this is just a test web page. Okay, so you don't need to really to understand the content here. But you have to understand, I put an article here. And in this article, I separated it into 3 sections. Three sections. So in my structure, section is inside the article, so it is the article section. But maybe you can separate the area into different sections, and in each section you can put several articles. It's okay. It's also fine. But in my definition, I want to put an article in my web page, and this article will be separated into different sections. Okay, so this is my structure. So you have your own structure about article and the section. If you want to make the section as a part of article, it's okay. Or you want to make the article as a part of section, it's also work, or it also works. So in my case, I put one article here, and in this article, I separated it into three sections. So you can see that here is the first section, and then followed by the second section. And here is the third section. Okay, so we have three. Sorry, I just typed. I have three sections, and in the first section, I use the detail and summary example here. So summary is Asia University AU is the summary. So you will see Asia University AU first, and when you click, you will see the whole paragraph. Next, okay, in the paragraph, I use the mark to mark some words. You will see the example later. I use the mark to highlight some words in this paragraph. Okay, so this is just an example to show you how to use the details, how to use the summary. So the whole paragraph will display when you click Asia University. So it will be summarized to Asia University AU first. And when the user click Asia University AU, it will display the whole details. The whole details text will be displayed on screen, and with the mark or some highlight here. Okay, so here's the second paragraph. Is nothing special. The third paragraph, the third section here. Okay, so let's see the result here. So here's the main part. Here's the main part. The first one is the hyperlink. So I put the hyperlink here, right? Here's a hyperlink, and followed by an article. And in the article, the first section, I will use the Asia University AU to summarize it. And when I click it, I will show the detail. And this is the highlight by mark tag. Okay, so when I click it again, it will disappear. The detail will disappear. And when I click some other place, you won't see the rectangle. Okay, so the rectangle will be displayed because I click this area, so I will see a rectangle here. Okay, but when I click some other place, you won't see the rectangle again. Okay, so this is the first section, and this is the second section. This is the third section. Okay, so let's go back to the source code. And here I want to show you a very special tag we call HR. HR means the horizontal line. So you will see a horizontal line in this location. If you want to separate your content into different parts with a line, you can use HR. You can use HR tag, or it will draw a line between at the location you put. It is a single tag, not pairwise. It is a single tag because it is an action to draw a line, to draw a horizontal line. So you can just put HR here. So it will have a line between these two sections. Okay, so the end of section and the end of the article, the end of main. Okay, so at the end of this file, we will see the footer here. A footer is another semantic tag. Okay, and the footer is always located on the bottom of the web page. So it's always the last area of this web page. And I put some information designed by Egglin. So this is the copyright information. Who is the designer? Who is the who will maintain this web page, or something else? So this is the copyright information. You can put some copyright information of this web page. and let's update it on what time. So this is the time, and this is the the time attribute will not display on the screen. Okay, so you won't see anything about time. So let's update it. This is what I write here, right? July 17th, July 17th, 17th. Okay, so you will see the July 17th here, and but the time will not display on the screen. So the date time is an attribute just for information. So you can use the JavaScript to get the information, or you can the search engine will get this information from your web page. Okay, so you can put some date time attribute of the time tag in your web page, and the search engine can get the information to know what you want to tell the search engine. Okay, so this is not necessary, but sometimes we'll use this to put more information in our web page, and this is just for the search engine to realize your content. But sometimes if you want to use you can write another web page by using the JavaScript to access this file and try to get the time, the update time. This is just for maintenance. Okay, so this information will not be displayed on the screen, but you can use the JavaScript or by some search engine to get this information for some other usage. But this will not the same. Okay, so if I type, it's okay, because you need to manually to maintain the value here. Manually maintain the value here. So if you change the date here, you need to change the date here together. Okay, so this is manually to do this. It will not be automatically to change the value. If you change one value, you need to change another value by yourself. Okay, so this is just an information and written by the designer. So designer put the time information in the web page. Okay, so this is a foot, and it will be located in the bottom of the web page. So you will see a footer here. So design. I will refresh because I changed the word. Designed. No, I don't save it. Control S to save the file. Okay, designed by Egrin and the 21st. So I need to change to 21st. 21st. Okay, and then I need to change the value here. So this just, if you want to change the value, you need to change the value together. Okay, by yourself. It will not automatically change the value. So when I save the file, you will see the result. Okay, so also you do not see article, right? You just see a paragraph here. You will not see the section. You don't know where is the section, where is the article, where is the footer. No? So the semantic tag will not display on the screen. It just defines an area. So we know this from this point to this point is the main tag. And here we got a section here. We have another section here. We have a footer here. But this is because we know the source code. We know the HTML code. But if we don't see the HTML code, we just look at this result. We will not see any semantic tag here. But if we apply some HTML, some CSS rule to this HTML file, maybe we will see the result. So let's take a look at this example. Oh, here is the example. I just apply a CSS rule to the previous HTML. So basically, the HTML code is exactly the same. These two web page. This page and this page has the same source. The HTML code is exactly the same. It is the same file. But I apply the CSS rule. So only difference is this line. I just remove the if I remove this, I will apply the rule to this web page. So I will see different results. So let me try it. Control save. And this is the original one, and I refresh it. It will totally different, right? Because I apply the rule to this HTML code, so it will have different result. And in this different result, maybe we can see this is a site because it's located in the left-hand side of the web page, and I can find we may see here is the main part, here is the header because I put the image here in the header. Okay, and this is the footer. Also, you may realize the structure, but it is not in this example. I do not make it very clear. Maybe I can use different color for the main, different background color for the main tag for the assign tag. Okay, so maybe I try to do some things. Just please ignore this action because I try to change the CSS rule, but since we do not talk about CSS rule before, so I just want to show the different result for you. So maybe I can give the main tag as a background color, different background color, maybe green, so you can see the main. Okay, so this is the main area, and if I give the section to some other colors, so I can maybe yellow, so you will see here's the section, and here is the main part. Okay, so you will see different color because I set the background color, different background color for main, for section. So you will see the result will be different, and you can figure out, oh, here is the section because I give the section a special background color. Okay, so when I say the semantic tag is invisible, you cannot see the semantic tag, which means in the beginning, the original style is invisible. But if you apply some special rules to this semantic tag, it will display on the screen. Okay, sometimes it will display on the screen if you give them some particular format. Okay, so in this case, you can see the green part is the main, and inside the main, I put some sections. Section is the yellow part, and maybe a side. I will give a side. Okay, because I set the background color to the same, a side and the background color is the same, so you will not see a side here. Okay, so this is just an example to tell you when you apply the CSS rule to your web page, you may figure out the existence of the semantic tag. Okay, so I will show you another example. This is another example, and again, this is totally the same. The HTML file is the same. This page and this page is the same HTML file. The HTML file is, so you will see the same picture, right? You will see the same picture, the same text, the same hyperlinks, but maybe they located in different location, different style, different color. But the element is the same. So this page and this page is exactly the same page, but the style is different. I just apply different style to the same HTML code, so you will see the totally different result. So this page is and this page is very different. But if you carefully to see the content, you will find the basic content is the same, but they looks different, right? They looks different because the font size is larger, the location is different, the color is different, and so on. So you will see the different result, even the HTML code is the same. So that's why we want to discuss the CSS rule. Because in the modern web design method, we will focus on the HTML file is always focused on the elements. We don't change the style of these elements by HTML attribute. Although the attribute of the HTML code can use to change the style, but in the current web design strategy, we do not use the HTML attribute to change the style. So the HTML code is used to insert the web element into your web page, and we use the CSS to perform the layout, to generate the different layout based on CSS rule. Okay, so in the next section, we will start to talk about CSS rule. So this is just an example to show you how CSS rule works. Because we go back to this. Okay, so we come back to this one. This is the original one. So the HTML file is just used to insert the web element. So I put an image here, I put a heading here, I put several hyperlinks here, and another image, and some paragraphs here, and some footer information in the footer. So I just want to put the elements here, but I don't care about what this element look like, because I will use the CSS rule to change the style. So this is the original HTML file. But if you apply different CSS rule to this file, you will see different result. So this is the first version. I used some CSS rules to write the rules to make this web page look like this one. I changed the size of the image and changed the location of the image, and I changed the style of the hyperlink, and so on. So you will see the very different result here. And when I change the value of this attribute, I will see some other result here. So maybe the aside, I can put the aside in the left hand side, and I can put the aside area in the right hand side. So I can just use the CSS rule to move the location of the aside tag, and I can change the location of this image. In this one, I show this part of the image, and I just move the location of the image, and you will see the different style, right? Different style. So the color, this is more warm, and this is more cold, but they are the same picture. You can see they are the same picture, but a different location. So I can move the location of this picture, and I will see the different result. Here. So I can use a different background color, so I can see the different website. So although the HTML code is the same, but it looks different. So this is the usage of HTML, of CSS rule. And I just use this example to show you. First, I want to show you the usage of semantic tag. So you can see how to use the semantic tag to make your code more easier to understand. So when I read the code here, I can easily to understand. Oh, this is the header. So this banner, you put a banner in the header, you put some heading, welcome message in the header, you put the navigation bar in the header. I can realize that. I can easily to understand what you want to express in your HTML code. Okay, so but if you don't use header, you use a div or something else, I cannot understand. Oh, what's this? I don't know. You put a lot of hyperlinks here. What's the usage of this hyperlink? I don't understand that. But if you use a nav, I can understand. Oh, this is the main navigation bar in the web page. You will put some navigation list here. I can understand the structure of your web page. Okay, so the semantic tag, the most important concept of semantic tag is to make your HTML code easier to understand, easier to read. And they can define many spaces, but they are not display on the screen, although a semantic tag will not display on the screen, but it is very helpful for you or for the engineer. If in the future some other engineer want to maintain this web page, he can quickly to understand the structure of your web page by using, because you use the semantic tag here. If he want to change the navigation bar, he just need to find a nav tag, and he can change the value of the navigation bar quickly. He don't need to trace the whole file, try to find, oh, where is the navigation bar? Where do you put the navigation bar in the HTML file? He don't need to trace the file. He just need to find a nav tag. He can change the navigation bar. So it will be very easy for you or for some other people to maintain this web page. And this is the first one I want to show you by using this example. And the second one is I want to show you the usage of CSS rule, because in the next session I will talk about CSS rule. We will start to talk about CSS rule. So I want to show you how CSS rule works. Okay, so this is the original one. Original HTML file is just care about the content, the element. I want to put the right element in the web page. And I can use the CSS rule to make this element looks different. You just remember that. So these two pages this is the same HTML file, but I apply different CSS rule to these to the same HTML file, and you will see the very different result here. Okay, so this example is just want to show you the usage of semantic tag and the usage of CSS rule. And in the next, I will show you how we will start to learn about the concept of CSS. Okay, so I will give you this example, and you can just try to understand the meaning, try to realize the content of the HTML code. I think the code is very easy, although it contains a lot of things, but I think the structure is very easy. So I will give you this example for you to understand how to use the semantic tag, and maybe you can still understand how to apply the. Basically, you just see the difference between these HTML files is fine. How to apply the CSS rule, you don't need to care about this. I will tell you how to use this in the later in the next session. But currently, I just want to see the different result. Okay, you just see the different result. It's okay. So in this case, I will give you this example, and in this example, we will have three. Not this one. Let me find it. I will have three files. Index.html is the original one without any CSS rule, and index1.html and index2.html is the two different style. I apply two different style to these two HTML, and you will see the different result. Okay, so you just try to read the source, the content of the HTML code, and try to understand the meaning of this HTML code. I think this is very helpful for you to design your own web page. Okay, thank you.